in the last video there was like clothes all over my my bed, and now there's this one thing, and I got some complaints regarding that, so I'm just gonna put this where it belongs. This is the iPhone XR, and this video is going to be about my thoughts and experience with the iPhone XR for 1 year and 1 week. So let's get started. Actually, I just want to say that I've been using the iPhone XR for almost 1 year. I actually have been using this since December 2018, and right now it's November 2018, so not quite 1 year, but almost there, nearly there. Nonetheless, these are my thoughts and experience with the iPhone XR. Let's get started. So there were three major things that were controversial about the iPhone XR when it first released. The first thing was the display. The second, I turned that on by mistake. The second thing was the colors. Not really controversial, but definitely a new thing in the iPhone lineup. And the third thing was the price. Let's first talk about the display. Okay, so I want to start off by saying that I've used phones with much higher resolution displays like the Pixel 2 XL and like the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. But the display on the iPhone XR does not bother me at all. The fact that it has a lower density display or a lower resolution display, it doesn't bother me. In everyday viewing like Netflix or YouTube, I don't really see a difference in my almost 1 year of testing. Videos look great. Friends looks great on Netflix. The Office looks great on Netflix. Obviously those are like really old TV shows with not that good video quality as like YouTube videos now, but nonetheless I don't see that much of a difference between the phones with 2K displays and a phone with a little bit higher than 720p display. It's not that different, especially in everyday use. So to conclude with the display, it's fine, it's good, I like it. No complaints. Actually, I lied. There's one complaint that I have. The iPhone XR's display is an LCD display, so it's not an OLED display that has like super punchy colors and really deep blacks and contrasty and all that. It's not like the display on the iPhone X, on the iPhone XS, or on the iPhone 11 Pro. It's an LCD, which means that it's a display like on the MacBook Pros or the iPad Pros or any of the other iPads. That's my one and only complaint with the iPhone XR, which is that it's an LCD display and not an OLED display. So for the second thing, which is colors, I am going to switch locations. Actually, I'm going to teleport. So 3, 2, 1. Alright, I'm here. Let's get started. So before the iPhone XR released, there were only black and white iPhones, and maybe like a rose gold or a jet black or whatever. But when the iPhone XR came out, they came out with 6 new colors. Or was it 5? They came out with new colors, and one of them was red, and to this day I still sometimes take it out of the case and take a few minutes to admire it and just look at it and just admire its saturation that is the color red. Apple nailed it with the colors, and that's something new that they did. It's not really controversial, but it's something new. So that's the second thing that Apple did that was new. Now let's move on to the third thing. So price is the third thing that I'm going to be talking about regarding the iPhone XR. All iPhones before were either really expensive flagship phones or cheap but definitely not flagship phones like the iPhone 5C or the iPhone SE. Apple changed that with the release of the iPhone XR starting at $1029 Canadian, but still holding one of the flagship titles alongside the iPhone XS and XS Max, which was 2018's iPhone lineup. For reference, the iPhone XS started at $1379 Canadian and the iPhone XS Max started at $1519 Canadian. So the iPhone XR's price was reduced by almost 25% of the iPhone XS and almost 33% of the iPhone XS Max, while also keeping like 80% of their features like its main camera, the super fast A12 chip, and a premium design, just to name a few. This led to the iPhone XR being the most sold iPhone of 2018's iPhone lineup, which consisted of the iPhone XS, the iPhone XS Max, and the iPhone XR. So the price of the iPhone XR was relatively inexpensive compared to the iPhone XS and XS Max, which led to its success, and now it's even cheaper with the release of this year's iPhone lineup. Okay, so those are the three main things that I've noticed over my experience with the iPhone XR: the display, the colors, and the price. But now let's move on to the extras, as I called it before. So the first extra that I want to talk about is battery life. So With a low-res screen and a relatively bigger battery, you can expect pretty good battery life from the iPhone XR, and that was one of the main selling features of the iPhone XR that was discovered after its release. So the battery life is the first extra thing that was good about it. The second thing was, I forgot the second thing. Oh, the second thing was the camera. The iPhone XR's camera is the exact same camera from the main camera of the iPhone XS and XS Max, which meant that it took equally as good photos as those two phones, which were more expensive. So the camera is another extra really good thing that the iPhone XR has, and it performs really well. If you see other reviews and other comparisons, the iPhone XR yields pretty much the same results as the iPhone XS and XS Max. So those are the three main important things with the iPhone XR: the display, the color, and the price. And two sort of unimportant but still awesome things, which were the camera and the battery life. Really awesome. And if you're curious to see more in depth what the camera is capable of, I actually made a video that I'll link somewhere, I think over here, comparing the iPhone XR's camera to this camera, the Canon G7X Mark II. So I'll link it here and I'll put it in the description below for you to check out. So that's it, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like somewhere down there, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time.